Welcome to Steel Curtain Productions. Please hit the likes and subscribe down below in your right hand corner. Thank you to my followers. And as you know, we're building a channel here where we do reviews on the games that the Steelers play, and some of the uh, info going on with our players in the system. And yeah, so if you could, please hit the likes, subscribe, share it with your friends and family. And please, if you come across the channel, don't leave without a subscription, and hitting the likes grows the channel. And we try to keep it as we don't really like to get into too heavy of a clickbait, and I really avoid rumors on this channel. And cause you will notice I don't run with a lot of the rumors a lot of channels run with. I tend to stick to the facts. When they arrive, I report on them. All right, now we're going to get to it. Yesterday, as we had said, our Steelers, week 15, our Steelers were going into Philadelphia. And unfortunately, as I had projected, I figured I don't know what it is, but hurts. And the Eagles, they just seemed to have our number, and that just continued yesterday. And I didn't like the offensive result. 13 points. You get 13 points. You're not going to win very often. So the final score was 13-7 or 27 for the Eagles. And I mean, the Eagles never really looked behind in this game. Um, just they always seem to be. So the first quarter, we get 10-3 for the Eagles, and then the second quarter, the Steelers come on a bit and get 10 of their own and close the gap, but the Eagles still get 7. Oops, this just flipped on me. Oh, isn't that nice? As right when I'm reading the stats, forgive me. Um, so let's get back to it. My apologies. My Wi-Fi disconnected there as I was reading. Then we got into the third quarter, and the Eagles got another field goal. So 3 points and no points for the Steelers. And usually the Steelers have stronger second halves, and they absolutely got shut down in the second half. Final quarter, Eagles score 7 more to finish off this game. So they won this game with ease. They never had, the Steelers came with close at moments, but the Eagles always managed to stay ahead in this game. And for me, I don't know what it is with us. And look, you look at the stats, the differences. Total yards, 401 to 163. Yeah, that's just not cool. Uh, Passing yards, 290 to 128. That's a pretty big difference. Rushing. I mean, we just dropped in all of these categories, 131 to 56 for the Eagles. Total yards, 77, or plays, sorry, uh, 77 to 41. I mean, it's just so lopsided. You look at these numbers, right? And that's how the game really looked. First downs, 26 to 10. Like I said, they totally eased through this game. Third down conversion efficiency, 59% to 30 for the Eagles. Everything was in the favor of the Eagles. Penalties, although they got more penalties, 7-5, when we just did not take advantage. Penalty yards lost. The Steelers lost more in their 5 penalties, 60 to 54. Turnovers, 1 by the Steelers and 2 by the Eagles. And again, we're not capitalizing enough. Tackles, 84. We did do good in that department. That was nice to see that number from 84 to 36. We actually got one. QB sacks, 3-2 for the Steelers again. We increased in their sack yards loss, 21 to 20 for the Steelers. And then time of possession. Here we go again, 20.08. And then you had the Eagles 39.50 something or other. All right, first quarter. It's just okay. Elliott gets a field goal. It's good. Then we get so that made it 3-0. Then we get Boswell. He gets a 37 yarder, and that's 3-3. But Hurts makes a short pass, Hey, and AJ Brown scores a touchdown. So becomes a weapon at 113 left. Then second quarter, Hertz goes right back to work. Short middle to Smith, touchdown. Elliott gets the extra point. It's 17-3. 2:34 left. Wilson pass to get us back within the game a bit. Uh, Complete to Fryermuth for a touchdown, and Boswell gets the extra point. So at that point, and then we get at 42 seconds left, Boswell gets another field goal, 49-yarder, and that ends the first half at 17-13 for the Eagles. And then we get third quarter start, 7:55. Elliott gets a field goal, and then you're up 20-13. And then 14-17, Hertz rushes up the middle for a 1-yard touchdown. That's 27-13. Then that's the way the game ended. They didn't need any more than that. And for me, again, I projected this, and I don't know what it is. It seems to be a mental thing, but exactly where I get concerned, the secondary didn't look sharp. From what I could see, there was just lapses there between us, and it's been that area in behind the linebackers, midfield, back. They seem to just allow too much yardage. The coverage, I don't know what our defensive schemes are, but if it's the coaching or the players just can't fulfill the mission, I don't know what it is. But that's where I've seen our weaknesses this year, and it came into fruition. And Hertz is going to jump all over that. He just seems to have our number. Wasn't impressed with that. I just wasn't impressed. You can't. We did nothing offensively, really, and that's pretty surprising. Um, I just don't like the way the offense didn't move the needle. They didn't move the ball down the field well enough. Um, just seemed to be it was almost like somebody cut. I mean, you look at the passing yards and the rushing yards, and the rushing yards have been better, in the last while, the last 2 years, and we just choked everywhere in every category, and you can't play like that and expect to come up with a victory. We're going to have to get over that hurdle and hump at some point. The bad news was Watt got hurt in this game towards the end of the game with something with the ankle. Let's hope it's not serious. We know how much of a driving force Watt is. He's far too important for us to lose him. If we lose him, he carries this team on his back quite a lot. No doubt about it. He really leads that defense. And with his type of play, that charge, and it usually buys the offense time to try to get them on the field more. But this was a game we just didn't compete. I didn't like the effort. Wasn't enough for me. Just again, you can do better. You can put a better effort out than that, and the offense more so. I felt really lacked in effort and pushing that ball down the field. You're not going to win games like that, and don't think you barely you come up with 13 points. It's just not good enough. So went exactly how I figured it would go. Now we got the Ravens, and that's going to be a real interest. We know, that's the team that has been thought to be the front runners of that division, and they're going to want revenge because we took the first game. But to me, we really need that game. Yes, we're in the playoffs, but I would rather see us control the division, and it just seems like we're slowly allowing them to creep up, and because both them and the Bengals were successful yesterday, gaining ground on us, we can't allow it. We have to nip this in the butt. We got a few more games left, and we got the Ravens, I believe, Chiefs, Bengals. Um, it's not that easy of a schedule to end the season with, and they're going to have to capitalize. So to me, as hard as hell as it's going to be, we know it's always a dogfight between us and the Ravens. They're going to have to contain Jackson. There's no and ifs and buts because, like I say, if you can force Jackson to throw, you got a good chance of winning. Jackson doesn't have the greatest arm, but boy, he's got wheels. And then you got Derrick Henry, and if he lets loose on you, you're in trouble. So it's also going to be crucial that let's pray to God that Watt is okay, because if we lose him, that's going to be a significant difference in the game and significant. He usually leads that defense, and to go up against one of the best teams, it's not a good recipe. So let's pray to God that that injury report on the ankle is very minor. Let's hope it's not much, because we need him, and we need him in the playoffs. So there's so much at stake on that injury. It's unbelievable. But yeah, no, I wasn't. I just was not impressed with the offensive push in this game whatsoever. And like I say, we still seem to have that bit of a problem that I've spotted between our secondary, and where they just and the Eagles take advantage of it. They made our secondary look pretty dismal, to tell you the truth. But how are you supposed to make apply any pressure when you're not your offense is not pushing the needle and pushing the ball down the field? It was just a very smooth game for the Eagles to ease an easy victory. Yes, we were close at one point within range, but the Eagles were never behind and never had to look back, or look ahead. Sorry, and then the Steelers never were ahead to look back. So the Eagles never looked back; they were always ahead, always ahead. You can't just we got to figure that mess out at some point. That's was a team that was out of the mess that was left. That would have been the team you would have been the easiest to get a victory out of, and that concerns me because you get the rest of the games are tougher. They're even tougher. So we have to come out next week, and we have to come out and play some serious hard ball, crunching ball. And let's pray to God Watt is okay. Cross your fingers, knock on wood. So anyway, that's the end of this episode. We'll be back next week, week 16. We're getting close to the playoffs, boys and girls. I mean, at least we're in the playoffs, but I would rather see us in control of our division going into the playoffs. I would feel much more comfortable in that role. So let's hope. Cross your fingers, knock on wood. You've seen it here at Steel Curtain Productions. Hit the like, subscribe before you go, and thank you to those who follow and keep it. Leave your comments. Tell me what you thought, and keep it respectful. All right. We'll catch you in the next review of the big matchup with us and the Ravens. And boy, there's a lot at stake on this game. All right. Take care. God bless. Go Steelers, go.